Hello there everybody, it's Ryan from Stromboli Games, and welcome back to my Space Engineer series. Now, the last video that I've uploaded forever ago in this series was a little update on the progress of the ship that Lord Fury and I are building, but we didn't give you any kind of background information or anything like that. It was actually a request from one of Lord Fury's friends, and this was the original ship right here. Now, his original request, as I recall, he actually asked Lord Fury to do this for him, and then Lord Fury decided that he wanted my help because it's a kind of a big undertaking. It is understandable. But this is this guy's ship. What he wanted was an oxygen system and a hangar bay added onto it. He wanted him to retrofit it. Am I accurate on that?
Yeah.
I got that? Okay. Alright, so this, these little tubes here, there are weapons in there. It's actually, if you've seen my video on my little Rhino class ship, it's the same primary weapon that has. I can actually go right into the ship and just show the audience what's going on. There's two pistons either side that push each one of these pods out slowly, and it will of course be able to fire out, and then when you're done you can retract it back in. However, this isn't, I mean, I don't think it's ideal. I mean, the ship is wide open on the side. It is quite maneuverable, but apart from that, there's a lot of changes that can be made. So rather than simply adding on the features that he requested, Lord Fury approached me and was like, "Hey, you have YouTube channel. We could make video for it." And I was like, "Okay." And then we started working on this.
I used Pidgin English for that as well, of course, being Australian.
Yes, you're not Australian. And here we are. This is the kind of first little bit that we had completed. At this point, we started with the hangar bay. We built the ship around the hangar bay. And this is the original length that we were thinking about doing it, but we decided to make it longer because it would look kind of weird, for obvious reasons. So this variant here, I'm not really going to go over this because I showcased this variant in that last video. This is the version that we had there. This is a little bit before that video, but it's essentially the same. So I'm just going to gloss over this and go over to the latest version, which is here. And by the way, that's my Rhino class ship cruising around on autopilot just because it can. It does what it wants. So here we go. I have this. We actually have an airlock system in place. But before we do that, Lord Fury, are you in position to toggle the cargo pistons?
Certainly can. I'll do that now.
Alright, so this backside, we got a fair amount going on. We have all these civilian windows, as we usually call them, that will open and close just over, glass, just for viewing ports. And there are toggles inside the rear cargo bay, which we have added since the last video. And you have the ability to extend and retract one or both of these pistons, and this will allow a smaller ship to come up to this, or even a larger ship, really. I mean, there's plenty of space here to connect up to this ship and transfer cargo, or just whatever you need. Like, say, he's retracting the one of them, and the other one is remaining extended. That's the word I'm looking for. Words are so difficult. Yes. We also have all these fancy-smancy thrusters. Of course, we have all these windows. These windows work the same as the ones that were on the top back there that you saw in the last video. But if you would like to extend the docking tube...
Okay, just gotta get down to the airlocks for you.
Okay. Yeah. So we use a... it's a glass bridge mod, and it will... extendable glass bridge, and it will extend outward, and it will form a sealable docking tube, per se. It may not look like it is sealed, but we assure you it will hold oxygen. Oh, it's not working. Oh, he's using the airlock system and coming out. Okay, that's what I'm actually going to be using next. Ah! There's
creative mode.
Yeah, creative mode. There's no place for the oxygen to get sucked back up into because, yeah. So, you're coming in. This airlock should be open to start with. You have a button on the right side here that cycle airlock entry, start. It will start a timer process. It will close the airlock door behind you. It will pressurize the airlock, and then it will open up the interior door. By the way, this other panel here extends that, the fancy glass bridge. So, there's that. Nice little feature, I like it. Good work, Lord Fury.
Thank you.
You get a blob snack. And he can no longer be blob because of the character animations changes, so he was quite upset over that, but he is still a blob at heart.
Yep, definitely. And I was torn up. I'm wanting an update to that mod as soon as possible. Dear mod author, please.
Please. Oh, nice little feature that we have set up, well, Lord Fury has set up using the timer blocks. He did this part of the ship. Is you go up to this outer airlock, and say someone comes up, wants in, and they don't, you know, request entry or anything, they will not be able to open this just from hitting the panel. The timer blocks will turn it off and disable it. If you want to leave, you hit this button here. You hit that button there, and you go in here, and it will, after a few seconds, because it gives you plenty of time to get in, that door will close, the little airlock will depressurize. As you can see now, it is now depressurizing, and then the outer airlock will open, and of course will explosive decompression, because there's no place for it to go. Remember, creative mode. So we're back outside, but I actually want to go back inside, so there's that. I just wanted to show you how to leave the ship. So we'll restart the cycle airlock entry. Remember, it's the button panel when you're coming in on your right-hand side, at least on this airlock. There's a lot of stuff going on.
And don't forget the lights.
Ah, yes. When you hit that button, you saw the red light come on. We have a whole lighting system in here. It's pretty cool. And then here, now this will all basically be the same on either side. If we over here, you know, all that good stuff. We also have a system in place that's pretty nice. It will automatically close doors after a few seconds. So, in case you get a hull breach, you won't vent the whole ship. Up here is the rear RP area. I plan on just leaving this empty for now, so whoever subscribes to it on the workshop and Lord Fury's friend that we're building this for, they can add whatever they want in here. Up here is the rear cargo bay. We have conveyor systems throughout the ship. This actually, it does one giant circuit. It meets up back here on the back, and it goes all the way up to the front cargo bay, and it runs inside, in between the armor, on the left and right side, or port and starboard if you want to be all nautical.
I think we interchangeably use that through all our grouping systems.
Yeah, but I might fix that before I actually put this on the workshop, which will be within a couple days of this video becoming public, if you are interested in downloading this. But, yes, so I'm actually going to go out this door, and sometimes with the little timer block system, the door will close right back in your face. It's not a big deal, you can just hit it again. It's all good. And now here we have the piston room, as I sometimes call it, or the weapons bay. All the weapons are actually hidden from the inside, too. You wouldn't really be able to tell that this ship is actually armed unless you got curious and looked up and flew up here and saw this giant-ass turret sitting underneath these doors waiting to fuck somebody's shit up. And these here are medium med bays. I really like this mod. As you probably know, the regular med bay has this weird L shape, and it would extend out another block here. This cuts the effective size of this in half. It's 1 by 3, I guess it would be, instead of 3 by 2 or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Screw that fancy nonsense. Ah. But yes, we're going to keep on venturing through the ship to the hangar. Well, this is the front cargo bay. There's nothing too special going on here. I'll just open it out. See, it's still how it was in the last video. Ah, the door closed behind me! Fury, help! Oh, it's okay. Wait. Oh, that's right. I was going to the hangar. That's where I was going. Silly Ryan. Silly Stromboli.
Yep. I get used to it.
Yes, maybe. So we made a couple changes here. There is now a little hangar control room that will watch over the hangar. And if there is no hangar bay operator, thank you for getting the door for me. So kind. If there's no hangar bay operator, this button here will operate the hangar door for yourself. And there's oxygen in here, probably from when we were messing around with that. But the hangar bay should always be depressurized. We don't have any oxygen system in here. I didn't want to screw around with having to make sure that you depressurize this place. And plus, I mean, do you really need this pressurized? I don't personally think so. So I just left it depressurized. So if you're in here, make sure you have your helmet on. or you will suffocate and probably die because reasons. So with that being covered a little bit, I actually really like this little room. I like it a lot.
Thanks.
High five. Chest bump. Chest bump. Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
I don't know where I am now.
The side effects of chest bump may include. And here we have the reactor room. Notice the wonderful red mood lighting. We've got 2 azimuth reactors. These conveyor systems will automatically feed in uranium into the reactors. They connect up to the front cargo bay and, of course, the rear cargo bay as well. This goes down because this also feeds into the lower Gatling turret point defenses. We have a... I don't remember which FTL drive do we use? Was this Atlas?
I think it's the Atlas one, because Phoenix is the one I use.
Yes, this is the Atlas FTL drive. I guess we could show that to you eventually here. So we're going to run on over here. Ether Gaming just messaged me on Steam saying that he just recorded his first YouTube video. So that's pretty interesting. Good for him. Here we have the gravity shield room. How many Gs does this produce? Is it 14?
I think it's 14 Gs in all directions away from the ship.
Yeah, they're all spherical generators, so if someone has a gravity-powered weapon, it will deflect it. Like, if someone tries to throw a rock at you, you'll bounce it right back at them, and it will be hilarious.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I found that Reaper missile, I was really panicking because I thought that thing does a lot of damage. And then you look at... We tried it out against our ship, and with the gravity shield, we can actually keep it at bay long enough for our turrets to destroy it.
Yeah, we tested it out. If the Reaper missile is pretty cool, you guys should check it out on the workshop. And, by the way, this entire reactor room is heavy armor. The ceiling is light armor, but I figured there's plenty of stuff above it that if they get that far down from the top, yeah, you have other problems.
Yeah, you probably don't need your reactors anymore.
Exactly. Here we have a little fortified command and control bunker. We have all sorts of stats displayed here. Reactors, battery stored. I don't need to read this to get to you guys because I'm assuming you can read. It also gives you your position, and of course we have a little command panel. And someone can ride behind to look at the panels and all sorts of stuff. Or for whatever reasons. And of course we have another medical room. Medical bay. And on every single panel we have these 4 actions set up. We have battle stations, trigger now, and that... If you notice those red buttons that are in every single room, I'm guessing we have one in the reactor bay. Do we have one in the reactor bay?
No, it's out in the stairwell.
It's out in the stairwell. Alright, well, you probably saw it here, but I'm just going to run over to it now. That button right there, if you hit that one, excuse me, I'm like dying over here, that will also trigger battle stations. And now what battle stations does, screw it, I'm actually gonna, no, I shouldn't do that. I should do it from a console where I can actually see and show everybody what's going on. Oh, there's Kenzie. He's flying around outside.
Our turrets may not like him.
No, they don't. There. I'm not too worried. I have to send him this video now. I didn't tell him that I was recording or anything, and I'm loading up the G menu, so a little bit of lag. I gotta set up this. When you're setting up, if you download this ship, audience, which you should, because it's pretty awesome, as you can see, some of the things that we recommend that you put into your hotbar are a few different of these micro timer blocks. This is one, battle stations. It actually brings up 2. Trigger now, that's what you want the action to set to. Secure from battle stations. Drag it down to your hotbar, trigger now. Secure from FTL. Wait, no. FTL jump. That's one we want. Begin FTL jump. You want that one down there. And you want... I mean, this is just recommended. You don't necessarily have to do this. And then the gravity shield. Now, an important note that we cannot stress enough is if you hit one of these buttons, one of the prepare for battle stations or secure from battle stations, you need to give it at least like 30 seconds before you hit either that button again. Like, say I hit 1. This is the battle stations. I shouldn't hit that again, or the secure from battle stations for 30 seconds because it'll mess up the timer blocks and bad things could happen. But we're actually going to hit that button, and we will secure, or we'll prepare battle stations.
Warning, enemy detected.
As you can see, the antenna switched from the Lusitania medium hauler. It is now the Loki Class Destroyer. You heard that sound play. Now what should happen next, after a few seconds, all of the civilian doors with the windows are now closing. The main turret bay is opening up, as are the broadside bays. The docking tubes have been pulled in, so have the pistons, the cargo pistons. Everything is secured, and the ship has been completely vented of oxygen. Now, we lost the oxygen in the overhead turret because reasons. And yeah, and note that it still says that the oxygen is high, but remember that this is we're in creative mode right now while we're building this, and the oxygen has nowhere to go. If you can see on my screen that the air vent in the room that I'm in is set to depressurize, so it actually would depressurize the ship in survival to save as much oxygen as you can in case of a hull breach. Now, when we leave the ship, when we leave that little room and start walking around, you'll notice that more of the lights have turned red. We have a red alert system. It's all pretty cool. And while we're in here, ooh, yeah, that wouldn't happen in survival. Just stressing that, because the ship again would be depressurized. We're gonna head up to the bridge, which we have made some changes to since the last video. I really like the look of this here. Oh, it's no longer a party room. You fixed the lighting.
Sorry.
You should be sorry. Yeah, this is our little observation deck. We got some nice little seats. Of course, you can add whatever decorative blocks you want here. And we can climb up to the bridge. And this is the bridge. Now let's toggle off my HUD. It's really nice. A lot of these are actually functional. Like this is functional. This is a button panel. You can assign actions to if you'd like. We already have assigned the actions that I mentioned to you earlier. The battle stations trigger now, secure from battle stations, begin FTL jump, and the gravity shield. All that kind of stuff is all well and good. The ship is pretty nice. I'm a big fan. Of course, I'm kind of biased, but that's okay. And then secure from battle station. I'm going to get into this panel really quick to show you guys. Secure from battle stations. The turret will go back down. The bays will close over the top of it. Broadsides will close, and the civilian doors will open back up. And most importantly, the ship will repressurize. So we go down to these vents here, and there we go. They just turn from blue to green, meaning that they'll pressurize. At this point, I'm going to take you guys down to the side command rooms. Now, I kept the video in because I didn't want you guys to get lost on our way down there. So, let's go see that room. So we have two side command rooms as well, as you're flying around. It's cool. It's very cute. Multiplayer stuff. These are mirrored, of course, on either side. We have button panel on each location. And, of course, more command consoles. Now, the really important thing about having all these command consoles scattered throughout the ship is, say, you get rammed or some devastating damage takes out the bridge, or maybe even this side. Like, I rammed the side of the ship with my Rhino when Lord Fury was in the opposite side panel. And it destroyed those, of course, but you would still have control of the ship because not all your eggs were in one basket. You had multiple other control points that you could use to do what you gotta do. So, you know, that's that. That's pretty cool. And, do you just about have a jump ready?
Ready.
Alright. Begin FTL jump. Will also trigger an alarm. It will turn the ship's lights red. Kenzie is probably very confused right now. Except the FTL text on the screen. I'm just gonna reply. We don't need to, I don't think, but it usually helps a bit.
Prevents you from getting stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. So we're gonna wait for that to go, and yeah, all sorts of cool stuff. I can hit V. There really isn't a whole lot more to talk about this ship, other than doing some weapon tests, since previously we were using the larger broadside cannons. I don't remember the size. Were they 230 millimeter?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, either way, we're using bigger turrets that fired slower, and they actually used quite a bit of uranium ingots to fire each shell. I want to say it was like 5 ingots for a single shell. Something ridiculous. Granted, it did a lot of damage, but it would also be really expensive. So we downsized the cannon. What are they now? Like 180? 130?
120s, I think. 122s.
122s, that's right. There's just so much stuff, we can't remember everything. And they require, as I recall, iron, nickel, and magnesium to create the ammo for that. So much, much, much cheaper, much more economical. And there you hear the sound of the jump drive spooling up. How far did you have us jump?
1 kilometer.
1 kilometer, okay. So, I mean, I can just look at all these other previous variants of this ship, and the original request vehicle. Jump in 10 seconds, and then gives us a little countdown after 5. No super cool effect.
I believe that's coming on the Phoenix one. I believe that he's working on setting up like a particle effect of some sort.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Oh, we're back by the original starting place where we started building the ship.
Yep.
I don't even know where we went. That's pretty cool, though. I like that FTL sound. It's pretty cool.
I believe it's the one from Rebirth, X Rebirth.
Oh. Okay. But yeah, it's, what happened to him?
I saw him there. He's still in the passenger seat.
Oh. Okay. And then returned from FTL.
He's got the vanishing ship.
Oh, yeah. All we have to do, if that happens, and you get that visual bug, all I have to do is just move the ship around a little bit, and that fixes it for me anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna go move the ship for him.
Alright.
But yeah.
It's pretty awesome. By the way, if any of you guys watching this video have any requests for a ship that you want built for you or a friend or just anything, I'm pretty sure that Lord Fury is up for it, and as am I. It's always nice to have some cool new projects to work on. Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now we've got nothing to work on with this one. I'm fairly certain it's pretty much done, just the paint job to do, and then it's finished.
Yeah. And what is the total mass of this ship? I want to say it's 8.7 million kilos.
8.7. Well, it's 8733863.
I was rounding.
8.7.
8.7, yes. There on the bottom right shows you the total mass. I tried to keep the mass down as much as I could. I wanted to have, obviously, it's all light armor on the outside to kind of conceal it. Conceal the fact that it actually is a warship. And notice when we returned from battle stations, I didn't point this out before, but the antenna that said Loki Class Destroyer is now gone, and it's now displaying the Lusitania Medium Hauler. We're disguised as a cargo ship, and it's really quite awesome.
You won't be sinking this Lusitania anytime soon.
Oh, hell nah. But we're at the almost 25-minute mark for this video. I might have to do a little bit of editing to try to trim a couple things out, but overall, that is our ship. This is going to be on the workshop. I will make sure that I link the workshop link, I guess, on my Facebook page, on Twitter. I'll have it on my Steam group, if you remember that. I will put that link in the description. Also the link to the workshop. There's going to be just links everywhere. Just look out for links. There's going to be lots of them. Yes. Until next time, though, this is Ryan from Stromboli Games. What is going on over there? Signing off.